So we would like to welcome His Grace Rasraj Gaur Prabhuji in the class. He's from Greater Noida. Great. It's in Delhi, NCR. So near Delhi. So I'm blessed that he's here.
Actually, I'm blessed, Prabhu. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to be part of this forum. And I'm really grateful to you that you have accepted me as your student.
No. Accept me as a servant so that we can learn together. Something tangible.
And humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavas present in this group.
Hare Krishna.
We have already studied the sannyas, the terminologies. Okay, one more thing is that they are not all, like it's not done. We have studied a major chunk of the sannyas, the terminologies, and Jīva Gosvāmī will be introducing the sannyas like here and there, wherever they will be necessary. So the new sannyas, some of them will be coming up in between the chapters coming ahead. But we have done the major part before. Today we'll start off with the sandhis. Sandhis are the combinations of letters, so phonetic combinations, they say. And also I have made this Google Doc and have also shared the link. So every time we'll be updating here only. So you can just open it and use it. So you also get this option here, like, if you click 7th Jan, so it will take you there. Same with 11. So like that. It's quite easy. Sandhis are of three kinds. So first is the Sarveshvara Sandhi. This is Sarveshvara Sandhi. Then second kind is the Vishnujana Sandhi. And the third kind is the Vishnu Sarga Sandhi. Rasraj Prabhu, I hope you remember the names.
Yes.
So also we record all the sessions like previously we would do, and I put them on YouTube. So the link is in the WhatsApp group. I'll reshare it after the class.
Yes.
So Sarveshvara, the vowels, Vishnu the consonants, Vishnu Sarga is the Visarga. So three kinds of sandhis are there. Sarveshvara Sandhi dealing with the Sarveshvaras, Vishnu Jana Sandhi dealing with the Vishnu Jana, the consonants, and Vishnu Sarga Sandhi deals with the Vishnu Sarga. So first of all, it starts with Sarveshvara Sandhi. He does some Mangalacharana for it. So Sarva Prakarana Vyapi Varnamāmṛta Nimittakah Varno Vikarah Sandhi Syad Vishayapekshakah Kvachit. Sandhi pervades all the prakaranas. It means that we have 7 chapters, let's say 6, excluding the Sandhi chapter itself. So in all the chapters, Sandhi, the operations or the karyas of Sandhi is done. The karyas are done. And we'll see how, like in compounds, the Sandhis are done. In Tadhita, Sandhis are done. In Akhyat, the verb section, Sandhis are done. In Shabda Prakaranam, Sandhis are done. So everywhere, Sandhis are done. It's not just that only in this Prakaranam, in this chapter only we will do Sandhi. No, Sandhis, they are done everywhere. Sanskrit grammar is a very interlinked section. So all the chapters and everything, they are very much interlinked. And it's really great of Jīva Gosvāmī that he has put it in a very systematic order. Otherwise, if you see Panini, like I have not personally studied it, maybe Vijay Prabhu has more knowledge about the Panini thing. It's really a mixture of these sutras and the concepts and all the like different prakaranas like samasa, tadhita, kridanta, ityadi. But here Jiva Goswami has really put it in a systematic order. So have you studied it, Prabhuji, like to some extent, Vijay Prabhu?
No, Prabhuji. I have, researched about it, but I have not fully studied
So
it.
am I right, like saying rightly about?
Yeah, but so they the Panini's Ashtadhyayi is not for learners. So if you're in a learning mode, that's not the one you should be learning. So that's why the Siddhanta Kaumudi is created. So rearrange the sutras into chapter wise.
Right.
Otherwise, for creating a particular nama, you have to use sutras from all over the chapters, 8 chapters. So for us, it is just one chapter we use.
So that ways, so sandhis, they are everywhere, and as we move ahead, we'll be seeing this, how sandhis are done everywhere. Then what is sandhi? What is the definition? Varno vikaraha sandhi syat. Sandhi is the transformation of a varna. So it means it is a transformation of a varna of a letter. That's all. And it is caused by a varna, is only caused by another varna, let's say. So we'll see this as well. Sometimes sandhi depends on a particular vishaya, sphere of application. So sometimes there is a sutra saying that in such a situation, you do this change. You do this change, you change this letter or replace this letter with a different letter and so on. So sometimes sandhis are done according to the applications, the sutras. Yeah. So that was the definition. Main part is Varno Vikaraha Sandhisya. That sandhis are the transformations of the varnas, the letters. So when it comes to Sarveshwara Sandhi, then it means the transformations of the Sarveshwaras. In Vishnu Jana Sandhi, transformations of the Vishnu Janas, and in Vishnu Sarga Sandhi, transformation of Vishnu Sarga. The first sutra says Dashavatar ekatmake militva trivikrama. What's a Dashavatara?
Dashavataraha.
Right, Dashavataraha. So, and what's a Trivikrama?
Trivikrama Mahapurushaha.
No, it's
Trivikrama is like Guru.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Paras Trivikrama.
Paras Trivikrama. So when a Dashavatara is followed by its Ekatmaka, it joins with the Ekatmaka and becomes Trivikrama. So Sutra 42 is saying that if we have a Dashavatara which is followed by its Ekatmaka, then they both join, or they both are replaced by their Trivikrama Varna. For example, let's say Krishna Yukta Arjuna. A very simple example. So Krishna Yukta Arjuna. So we have two words. Krishna ends with the Varna Rama. And Arjuna begins with again Rama. So the first one, is it a Dashavatara or not?
Yes, it is.
It is a Dashavatara?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And then is Rama the following arama and ekatmaka of the first dashavatara?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we have studied ekatmaka. So in ekatmakas, we studied the four possibilities. So the four possibilities were like a and a, they are ekatmakas, which means that a is equal to a is equal to a, Vamana a is equal to Trivikrama a, and Trivikrama a is equal to Vamana a. All these four possibilities are there. So in this case, we have a Dashavatara a, which is followed by its ekatmaka. So thus both of them are replaced by their Trivikrama Varna, which is the Trivikrama a. So we get Krishnarjuna. 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 Any another example? Just any random example? Let's say Parama Ananda. Parama Ananda. Again, we have Arama, which is Adashavatara. Then A, which is an ekatmaka of Dashavatara. Thus, both of them are replaced by their Trivikrama, which is A. So we get Paramananda. So, like that, Paramananda.
Nityananda.
Yeah, similarly, Nitya, Yukta, Ananda turns into Nityananda. So this is the Advaya forms, like Advaya examples. Let's take example of some other groups. Jīva Gosvāmī takes one example in the book. He says, Hari Hari Yukta Iti. Hari Hari Yukta Iti. So this Irama is a Dashavatara. This Irama is a Dashavatara, and the following Irama is an ekatmaka of that Dashavatara. Thus, they both are replaced by their Trivikrama Varna, which is the Trivikrama E. So we get Hari, Hari, Ti. Hari, Hari, Ti. Okay, let's take one more example. Brahma Yukta Iti. In this case, this Arama is Dashavatara, right? Okay, now is this Irama an ekatmaka of A?
No.
No.
No, it is not. So this example won't fit here. So we'll remove it. So this Irama is not an ekatmaka of A. So we won't do this only. And likewise, Jīva Gosvāmī gives other examples. One example he gives is, what is it? Vishnu Yukta Udayaha. Yeah, Vishnu Yukta Udayaha. Yeah, Vishnu Yukta Udayaha. So Vishnu Yukta Udayaha. So this Urama is Dashavatara, and the following Urama is ekatmaka of that Dashavatara. So replaced by Trivikrama, both of them, and we get Vishnu Dayaha. So out of the three karyas which we had studied in the last class, substitution, insertion, and deletion, if you remember, we did these three operations or karyas: Adesha, substitution, insertion, and deletion, Virinchi, Vishnu, and Hara. Which of the three karyas is happening in these Sandhi rules? Are we inserting something, deleting something, or replacing something?
Replacing.
We are replacing.
Adesa.
Yeah, it is Adesha, which is Virinchi and which is replacement. So we are replacing some varnas by another varna, another letter. So here we are doing the Adesha or the Vrinchi Karya. So similarly, Vishnu Udayaha turns into Vishnu Udayaha. Then Jīva Gosvāmī gives one example, which is Nara Bhratri Yukta Hrishi. Is this Harināmāmṛta Dashavatara?
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. And then the following Harināmāmṛta is an Ekatmaka. So both of them are replaced by their Trivikrama version. So we get Nara Bhratrishi. Nara Bhratrishi. Ityadi. So this was the first sutra for Sarveshwara Sandhi. Dashavatar Ekatmake Militva Trivikrama. And it is very frequently used in the scriptures. Very frequently. Any examples, any words you can like think of from any shloka or anything you studied, which has this sandhi, Dashavatare Katmake Militva Trivikrama.
Niyamagraha.
Niyamagraha. Yeah, Niyamagraha is one, right? Niyama. So what are the two words there?
Niyama and agraha.
Right, Niyama. What else we could think of?
Paramatma?
I'm sorry?
Paramatma?
Yeah, Paramatma. So Paramatma, which is, what are the two words?
Parama and Atma.
Yeah, Parama Yukta.
Sorry, Parama Yukta Atma.
Right.
Indriyam.
Indriyam?
Atindriyam.
Atindriyam, okay.
Ati.
So Atindriyam, which is Ati Yukta Indriyam.
Devalaya.
Devalaya, right?
Deva and Alaya.
Deva Yukta
Alaya.
Alaya. It's quite simple. So like that, endless list of words, combinations. So that was Sandhi 1, Dashavatar Ekatmake Militva Trivikrama. So again, we're open for questions at any point of time. So whenever you feel something, then directly ask. Okay, the next one is Advayam Idvai A, Sutra 43. It means when Advaya, what is Advaya? A and A. So they are indicated by Advaya. And what is Idvaya?
E.
E and E. So when Advaya is followed by Idvaya, which means either of the Advaya situated at the end of the first word, let's say Krishna is the word. So at the end of Krishna, we have A, which is a part of Advaya. And followed by Idvaya, that means the second word, but the first letter is either of the Idvayas, either the Vamana or the Trivikrama. So let's say Krishna Yukta Iti. So what happens then? So when Advaya is followed by Idvaya, it joins with Idvaya and becomes A. I'll explain it. Sutra 43 says, if we have Advaya followed by Idvaya, then both of them are replaced by the letter A Rama. For example, Jīva Gosvāmī says,
Krishnendriya.
Yadava Yukta Indraha. Yadava Yukta Indraha. So here at the end of the first word Yadava, we have one of the Advayas. And here, at the beginning of the second word, we have one of the idvayas. So in this case, both of these letters are replaced by or turned into a Rama. So we get Yadavendraha. 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 Yes, any other example? This is also very
Upendra.
Upendra. Okay, so Upa
Upo and Indra.
Yukta Indraha. Again, one of the Advayas, Yukta
Jaren,
Indra. So we get Upendraha. Yes.
Parameshwara.
Okay. Parama Yukta Ish. I hope everyone is comfortable with this script with the diacritic marks. So Parama Yukta Ishvaraha. Again Advaya Yukta Idvaya, which is the Trivikrama E. So they are replaced by A and we get Parameshwara. Yeah. Any more examples?
Jadendriya,
Jadendriya is one. What are the two words?
Jada and Indriya.
Yeah, Jada, Yukta, Indriya. Yeah, anything else?
Rameshwara.
Rameshwaraha. So the two words are
Rama Ishwara.
Rama Yukta Ishvara. Rameshwara. Ityadi. So this was the second rule, Advayam Idvay A. Panini has their own terms for these sandhis, Guna Sandhi, Vriddhi Sandhi, and so on, Dirgha Sandhi. But Jīva Gosvāmī just goes by Sūtras.
Adguna.
Oh, sorry?
Adguna Sutra.
So that was Sutra 43, Advayam Idvay A. Jīva Gosvāmī gives examples, Yadavendraha, Gokula Yukta Ishaha turns into Gokuleshaha, Mathura Yukta Ishaha turns into Mathureshaha, ityadi. Then the next sutra says Udvay O. That when Advaya is followed by Udvaya, Udvaya means U and U, it joins with Udvaya and becomes O. So Sutra 44 says, if we have Advaya followed by Udvaya, then both of them are replaced by O Rama. For example, let's say Maha Yukta Utsavaha. Maha Yukta Utsavaha. So this is one of the Udvayas, and the following Varna is the one of the Udvayas, Vamana U. So both of them are replaced by O Rama. So we get Mahotsavaha. Mahotsavaha. Any other examples?
Suryodaya.
Okay. Suryodaya. So the word Surya Yukta Udayaha. Again, one of the Advayas followed by Udvaya. So we get Suryodayaha.
Unata Ujjvala. Unattojvala.
Unnata, right. So Unnata Yukta Ujjvala. Unnata Yukta Ujjvala. Again, so turns into Unnatojjvala. So we have this Rama followed by U Rama. So we get Unnat. In the order correction, it is saying unnatural. Unnatojjvala. Unnatojjvala.
Krishnonmukha.
Krishnonmukha. So Krishna Yukta Unmukha turns into Krishnon Mukha. Krishnon Mukha. Ityadi. So this way, this third rule, Udvay O, takes place. And all these sandhis are very common. You will find them practically everywhere. Udvay O Ityadi. Jīva Gosvāmī gives examples like Purusha Uttamaha, which becomes Purusha Uttamaha, Suparna Yukta Udhaha, Suparna Udhaha, Dvaraka Yukta Utsavaha, Dvarakotsavaha, ityadi. Yeah. Then the next sutra is Hridvai Ar. When Advaya is followed by Hridvaya, so it joins with Hridvaya and becomes Ar. For example, Sutra 45. If Advaya is followed by Hridvaya, and both of them are replaced by this A and R. For example, let's say Maha Yukta Hrishi. Maha Yukta Hrishi. So in this case, we have Advaya, one of the Advayas, Arama, followed by Rama. So both of them are replaced by Ar. And thus we get the word Maharshi. So the replacement Ar is there. Maharshi. Maharshi. Similar words are there like, what else?
Rajarshi.
Devarshi.
Yeah, Rajarshi is there. Devarshi is there. So Raja, Yukta, Rishi. Again, one of the Advaya, Arama and Rama, both of them replaced by Ar. So we get Rajarshi. Same here, Deva Yukta Rishi turns into Devarshi. So Devarshi. Ityadi. Devarshi. Okay. Devarshi. Jīva Gosvāmī says Krishna Yukta Riddhi, Krishna Riddhi. So Krishna Riddhi. Sometimes this particular sandhi, sometimes it comes and it becomes a little difficult to identify. Okay, one more thing. Like here, first, like I'm giving two words separately and then we are doing sandhi. So the results are like Mahotsava, Suryodaya, Ityadi. But when we actually read the scriptures, some shlokas, then we will see such forms, the final forms, like after doing the sandhi. So by seeing the word, then we have to undo the sandhis by ourselves, like either physically or like mentally. Okay. By seeing Mahotsava, it should come to us. Okay, they are two words, Maha and Utsava, and so on. So that happens by practice, of course, gradually. Then I want to ask you one thing. Like we did this 44, Advaya, Udvaya, Advayam, Udvayo. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we have examples like the very first verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and it starts with Dhrita Rashtra, and the next word is Uvacha, right? Dhritarashtra and Uvacha. Hey, so here if we see, we have ad. I think Vijay Prabhu might be prahasanniva. So at such stage. So Dhritarashtra ends with Arama, right? And then we have U, which is Udvaya, one of the Udvayas. So why doesn't it become Dhritarashtrovacha instead?
Because it's a noun and a verb.
I'm
And these
sorry,
others.
Lopaharaha.
I didn't get it.
You showed an example yesterday, Lopoharaha, like
Oh,
you
okay.
wrote Arjuna Uvacha. So it's Lopo, right? Like Hara,
Ah.
whatever you call it. You remove the the Vishnu Sarga.
Right. And yes, Mataji, you were saying something?
It's probably the wrong answer. I was thinking these others are nouns with nouns and that's noun and a verb, but
So first of all, Sandhi is not restricted by any chapter. We already studied that. So that's one thing. Of course, we have not studied the exact sutra, but Madhukar Prabhu is very close. So actually, we had Vishnu Sarga here before. And we had deleted this. So that's why they remain separate, Dhritarashtra and Uvacha. And there is also a sutra there which says that after the deletion of Vishnu Sarga, there is no more Sandhi. Because if there is a Sandhi, because there is a scope of Sandhi still after deleting Vishnu Sarga. We can still do this 44 sutra here. But it is prohibited. So like that. As we move ahead, we'll learn this also. Yeah. Then, okay. Okay, one more sutra we'll do. Hridvaya Dvayayor Riti. Hridvaya and Advaya only optionally undergo Sandhi when Rirama follows. So Hridvaya and Advaya, they only optionally undergo Sandhi when Rirama follows. For example, just see the example here in the Vritti. So Vritti is again the commentary by Jīva Gosvāmī on his own sutras. Srashtri Yukta Hrishabha. So in Srashtri, the Rirama is one of the Ridvayas and the following is the Rirama. So according to this sutra, optionally, which means one time there won't be any Sandhi. So they remain as they are, Srashtri and Rishabha. And one time we'll do Sandhi. So another time we do Sandhi, we will do Sutra 42, Dashavatārikātmake Militva Trivikrama, because this Ri is a Dashavatara and the second Ri is an Ekatmaka of the first one. So they both are replaced by their Trivikrama version and we get this. Srashtri Shabha. Okay. Then same here, Yadava Yukta Rishabha. If we have Advaya, one of the Advayas followed by Vamana Rirama, then optionally we will do Sandhi, which means one time there will be no Sandhi. And one time when we do Sandhi, then we will apply Ridvaya Ar. Because Advaya followed by Ridvaya. So we apply Sutra 45, which is Ridvaya Ar, and we get Yadavar Shabha. Then, and as a further option, they can become Vamana, but only if Sandhi is not done. And if, Advaya it says, so Mala Yukta Rishabhasya. In this case, Mala ends with Atrivikrama Arama. In this case, one time we will not do Sandhi and one time we will do. So when we will do Sandhi, we will apply Ridvaya Ar and we get Mala Rishabhasya. This A and Ri, they are replaced by Ar and we get Mala Rishabhasya. And one time when Sandhi is not done, then it is Mala and Rishabhasya. And the sutra says that this Trivikrama A can also become Vamana one time optionally. So we get Mala space Rishabhasya. Mala Rishabhasya. So this is quite rare sandhi, not too much to be seen, but still the rule is there. But when such sandhis come, actually, then it is really a struggle initially to identify them.
Oh, have you seen this in any work? Because
No, this particular one I have not seen. Mala Rishavasya, like this.
But without sandhi, Advaya and Rudvaya, have you seen anywhere?
Yes, I have seen. Like Advaya first and Ridvaya second, like that.
Yes, exactly.
I've seen it in commentaries a couple of times. I've seen it.
I see.
And actually, because what happens, because it is Ridvaya, it becomes a little difficult to identify that this is Ri, the second letter. But yeah, by some brainstorming and all, it comes out. The second one I have not seen, this one, like Trivikrama becoming Vamana. So, okay, we'll do this and this will complete the series of this Advaya concept. I hope you are comfortable, means you got this Sandhi.
No.
46. Then 47th says Ridvaya Al. It means when Advaya is followed by Ridvaya, it joins with Ridvaya and becomes Al. So Sutra 47 says, if we have Advaya followed by Ridvaya, then both of them are replaced by Al. Again, a very rare sandhi. For example, Yamuna Vrikarayati. So here we have one of the Advayas, which is the Trivikrama A, and then Rama. So both of them are replaced by Al, and we get Yamunal Karayate. So Yamunal Karayate. Ityadi. Yes. Any clarifications, any discussion, any sutra, any example?
So Prabhu, this is like compulsory. This is not optional like previous sutra where Ridvaya was used. But Ridvaya is
compulsory if it comes.
okay.
Yes, Mataji.
46, I'm not understanding, and I'm not sure I ever will. If there's other context that I can see it. Wait, 46 isn't there now. Oh, that's the notes. Okay.
Okay, 46, I'll just put it here as well. So 46 says that if we have like Advaya or Ridvaya at the first place, followed by the Vamana Rama, then Sandhi is optional. It becomes a little easy if we put it, in equation form like this. So I try to do that. So Sandhi is optional. Yeah, that's all. Sandhi is optional.
So you can do it or not do it. There's no particular reason for doing it or not doing it.
There's no such reason. So like it actually comes when you're composing on doing or not doing it. But if it's mainly with identification, recognition when we are seeing a particular form in some scripture or in some shloka, unless we are composing it and it's in our hands to put it or not put it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be composing anytime soon, so okay. So it's a matter of just learning to recognize it when it happens.
Right. So we should be knowing both the options.
Okay.
Because they do come. Any other thing? Yeah. Okay, so we'll resume on Thursday, and I have already put an assignment for the video recitation, sutra recitation for the first 40 sutras. So that is still this Sunday, coming Sunday. You can submit that. And I'll also put some assignment for these sandhis, which we have done, for you to practice. And yeah, we can discuss that maybe on Thursday or Friday then. Okay, so we'll meet on Thursday. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.